ஆழ்வார் எம்பெருமானார் ஜீயர் திருவடிகளே சரணம். ஜீயர் திருவடிகளே சரணம். ஸ்ரீ பகவத்கீதா 11th chapter, Vishwarupa Darshana Yogam. In this chapter, Bhagavan manifests his Vishwarupam to Arjuna and grants divine eyes to Arjuna so that he can behold that Vishwarupa Darshanam. Bhagavad Ramanuja has given a beautiful Sanskritam commentary in the name of Gita Bhashyam for Bhagavad Gita, all the shlokams. Vedanta Acharya has given Tatparya Chandrikai, which is another Sanskritam commentary, an elaborate one. Puttur Sri U.V. Krishna Swami Iyengar has given a very detailed Tamil commentary based on these two existing Sanskritam Vyakhyanams. We have translated the simple meanings of each shlokam, word by word meanings, into English. With the help of that translation, we are going through the simple meanings for Bhagavad Gita shlokams. So now we have to see starting from 28th shlokam. We have seen up to the 27th shlokam last time. 28th shlokam. Yatha nadinam bahavombu vegaha samudram eva abhimukha dravanti tatha tavami naraloka veera vishanti vaktrani abhivijwalanti. Let us see the word by word meanings. In these two shlokams, this 28th shlokam and 29th shlokam, Arjuna is narrating how many of the soldiers or the warriors who are fighting in the battle, they are all entering the blazing mouths of Bhagavan in this Vishwarupam. So there are many warriors, they are all going and getting sucked into Bhagavan's mouths actually, because it is said that in this Vishwarupam, Bhagavan manifests many faces, many mouths, many shoulders and so on. So that is the context here. While explaining that principle, Arjuna is giving two examples. One example in this shlokam and another example in the next shlokam. With these two examples, he is explaining how the warriors enter into the mouths of Bhagavan. So we will see the word by word meaning for the 28th shlokam in 11th chapter. Bahava, many. Nadinam ambuvegaha, waters of rivers flowing. Samudrameva abhimukhaha, towards the sea, facing the sea. Usually rivers will originate from mountain and then it comes down and usually it goes towards the ocean. That is explained here. Yatha dravanti, how they flow. Just like the water flowing, the river water flowing towards the ocean. Tatha, similarly, Ami Naraloka Veera, the warriors of this world. So Arjuna is looking at all the warriors in the battlefield, because Bhagavan devised a beautiful plan so that he can bring all the evil people in one place and finish them off completely. So he sees many of these warriors of this world. Tava abhivijwalanti vaktrani, in your blazing mouths. Vishanti, entering. So he is seeing, Arjuna is seeing that many warriors are entering the blazing mouths of Bhagavan. So just as the waters of many rivers flowing toward the sea, the warriors of this world who are present in this Yuddha Bhumi, they are all entering into your blazing mouths. That is 28th shlokam. 29th shlokam. Yatha pradipta jvalana patangaha vishanti nashaya samruddha vegaha tathaiva nashaya vishanti lokas tavapi vaktrani samruddha vegaha. He is explaining it with another example. Samruddha vegaha, having great speed, pathanga, moths or fireflies, pradipta jvalanam, in the flaming fire, yatha nashaya vishanti, how they enter to die, tathaiva, similarly, samruddha vega lokaha api, the warriors with great speed, tava, your, abhijvalanti vaktrani, blazing mouths, nashaya vishanti, enter to die. So just as the moths or the fireflies enter the fire, when there is a lamp lit, we will see that fireflies will come and naturally fall on them. So they enter the fire flame to die. Similarly, all these warriors, they are all entering with great speed into your mouth only to die. So here, both the examples are very nice examples, because the ocean or the fire, that is not trying in any way to bring the rivers into the ocean or bring moths into the fire. The fire or ocean, they are remaining as it is without being disturbed. Similarly, Bhagavan is also remaining neutral, and he is not inducing these warriors to come into his mouth. He is just facilitating the battlefield, so all the bad people will come, and when they come he can kill all of them. But the principle is, Bhagavan is making that happen based on everyone's karma. So he is not doing anything. Just like the ocean remains quiet, just like the fire remains without any effort, Bhagavan also remains as it is. But all these evil people, just like firefly will go and fall in the fire and die, just like river water will come and enter into the ocean, these people are also coming and entering into your mouth, says Arjuna. So they all come there for what purpose? Only to die. Just like the fireflies or moths, they come to the lamp, the fire, only to die. They don't know otherwise. They are just seeing the light and they are coming and falling into the trap. Similarly, all these people are also entering your mouth only to die. So that is 29th shlokam. Now 30th shlokam. Lelihyase grasamanaha samantal lokhan samagran vadhanair jwaladbihi tejobir apurya jagat samagram vasas thavograha pratapanti Vishnu. Word by word meanings. Vishnu, O Vishnu, samagran lokhan, all of these warriors, jwaladbi, vadhanai, fiery mouths, grasamanaha, consuming, samantat, lelihyase, licking all around many times, tava, your, ugrabhasa. Ugrabhasa means fiery race. The fierce race of the fire of Bhagavan's fiery form, tejobihi, with their radiance, with the radiance of the race. Samagram jagat, all the worlds, apurya, filled, pratapanti, burn. So Bhagavan's form is having a lot of fierce rays. It is shining greatly, it is very luminous, and the rays also have heat in it. That heat is burning the entire world, says Arjuna here. O Vishnu, you are consuming all these warriors with your fiery mouths and licking them all around many times. So as part of consuming the warriors, which is visible in Bhagavan's mouths, Arjuna is also seeing that Bhagavan is licking them and pushing them into his mouth. This is like when somebody is eating, they want to eat to the fullest satisfaction. So Bhagavan is also taking all the warriors and consuming them and licking while they are outside the mouth, where he is licking them and then pushing them in. That radiance of your fierce rays fill all the world and burn. So Arjuna is telling Bhagavan that the rays coming out of Bhagavan's form is causing so much heat in the world and making it all burn. So that was 30th shlokam. 31st shlokam. Akyahi meko bhavanugra rupo namostu te devavara prasidha vigyadam ichchami bhavantamadhyam nahi prajanami tava pravrittim. Word by word meanings. Devavara, oh best among devatas. Vara means best, deva means devatas. So, oh best among devatas. Ugra rupa bhavan, ugra rupa bhavan, you who are having very fierce form. So Bhagavan's form is not very relishable here, it is very fierce, it is very angry. So looking at that form, Arjuna is asking, Kha, what do you desire to do? What are you planning to do? Adhyam bhavantam, about you who are the original cause. Everyone knows that Bhagavan is the root cause, he is the origin of the whole world, of everything. Vijnathum, to know. Ichchami, I like. Tava pravrittim, your desired activities. Nahi prajanami, I don't know. May, for me. Agyahi, please tell me. Te namaha astu, let my salutations belong to you. Prasidha, be merciful on me. So Arjuna is saying here, O best among devatas who are having a very fierce form, what do you desire to do? I would like to know about you who are the original cause. I don't understand your desired activities. Please tell me those. Let my salutations belong to you, be merciful. So Arjuna is telling Bhagavan that he doesn't know what he is planning to do. He knows that Bhagavan, Krishna, is the original cause, but he wants to know further about Bhagavan. Hence he is asking Bhagavan to reveal more about him. And he says, my salutations belong to you. So he is also being very respectful towards Bhagavan here. So that is 31st shlokam. Next 32nd shlokam. From this shlokam, for 3 shlokams, Bhagavan speaks. Let us see 32nd shlokam first. Shri Bhagavan Vacha. Kalosmi lokakshaya kriti pravruddho lokan samahartum iha pravruttaha. Ruthepi tvam na bhavishyanti sarve ye vastitaha pratyanikeshu yodaha. Let us see the word by word meanings. Shri Bhagavan says, Lokakshaya krita, to destroy the demoniac lands of this world. Pravruddha, I who have appeared with this terrible form. Kalaha asmi, I am death personified, who calculates the lifespan of these warriors. Usually Yamadharmaraja is the one who knows when we will die, and he has all the details. He is the one who is documenting all of them. So Bhagavan is saying, I am that death personified, who calculates the lifespan of these warriors. I know all of the life details of all of the warriors who are present here. Lokan, the kingly land of this kingly land, the warriors of this kingly land, Samahartum, to destroy personally, Iha, in this battlefield, Pravruttaha, I am set out. So Krishna is saying, I have personally come down here to destroy so many of the evil people. Iha, in this battlefield, pravruttaha, I am set out. Pratyanikeshu, in your opposite side. Ye yodhaha avastitaha, those few warriors who are waiting to fight, sarve, all of them. Tva ruthe api, even if you are not there, na bhavishyanti, by my will, are going to be destroyed. So in this shlokam, Bhagavan is saying that he is death personified. He is come to destroy everyone, and he will establish dharma in this world. So he is saying, I am death personified who have appeared with this terrible form to destroy the demoniac lands of this world. I am personally set out to destroy the warriors of this kingly land in this battlefield. Even if you are not there, all of those warriors who are wanting to fight in your opposite side, they are going to be destroyed by my will. So everyone's fate is already determined in this yuddham. So Arjuna is being asked to fight here. He says, whether you do it or I do it, anyway it's all going to happen. So even if you are not there, all of these warriors who are waiting to fight in your side or the opposite side, wherever it may be, they are going to be destroyed. That was 32nd shlokam. 33rd shlokam. Tasmat tvam uttishta yasho labasva jitva sakrun bhungshva rajyam samruddham mayaivaithe nihataha purvameva nimittamatram bhava sabhyasachin. Sabhyasachin means one who can shoot arrows with left hand also. Naturally he must be right-handed and he must have the capacity to shoot in left-handed also. That is who is called as Sabhyasachi. So here Krishna is highlighting that you are Sabhyasachi, you should not be afraid, you are the great warrior. Let us see the word by word meaning. Tasmat, due to the aforementioned reason, due to the reason which was explained previously, Tvam, you, Uttishta, rise, to fight. Shatrun jitva yashaha labasva, acquire fame by defeating the enemies. Samurdham rajyam bhungshva, enjoy the rich kingdom. Maya eva yethe purvam eva nihataha, those people who have carried out unjust activities, they have been already willed by me to be killed. Already I have vowed that all of these people will be killed. Sabhyasachin, oh Arjuna, who can shoot arrows with both your left hand and right hand. Nimitta matram bhava, you just be an instrument in my hand. Just like I have my bows, arrows, shankha, chakra, these are all instruments for me. Similarly, you also be an instrument in my hand. You just obey what I am saying and follow that. So that is 33rd shlokam. Now 34th shlokam. Dronam cha bhishmam cha jayatratam cha karnam tathanyan api yodhaviran maya hatam tvam jahima vyatishta yudyasva jetasi rane sapatnan. Dronam cha, Drona, Bhishmam cha and Bhishma, Jayatratam cha and Jayatrata, Karnam cha and Karna, Tatha, similarly, Anyan, Yodha Mukhyan api, other warrior leaders, Maya, by me, Hathan, all of those who are already determined to be killed, Tvam, you, Jahi, kill, Ma Vyatishta, don't grieve out of misplaced compassion and love, thinking, how can I kill them? Yudyasva, fight without any doubt. Rane, in the battlefield. Sapatnan, enemies. Jetasi, be victorious. So here Krishna is saying, you shall kill all of Drona, Bhishma, Jayadratha, Karna and other similar warrior leaders. who are already determined to be killed by me. In the previous slokam itself, this was explained. Don't grieve out of misplaced compassion and love, thinking how can I kill them? Because that is where it all started. Arjuna thought, how can I kill all of them? They are my acharya, they are my fathers, brothers, well-respected elders. So I cannot kill them. So Arjuna had that confusion. So now Krishna is saying, don't have any confusion and don't grieve. Fight without any doubt in this battlefield and be victorious over your enemies. So with this we have seen 34th shlokam. After this Sanjaya starts speaking and again Arjuna will start speaking. All of that we will see in the next session. Alvar Emberumanar Jiyar Tiruvadigalai Sharanam, Jiyar Tiruvadigalai Sharanam.
To learn such valuable information about our Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya, please download KOYIL, KOYIL app from Google Play Store or Apple App Store. Our website is koyil.org, KOYIL.org.